I learnt from running away from my emotions. In case we haven't met yet, I'm Jess. I'm the sole founder of Life in Confidence. And through my travels of living as a digital nomad, I found myself with a healer in London who gave me feedback on my blind spot as to why I made the decision to be a nomad. That I was simply running away from my mother and the pain of that country. And what was needed was to not run away from her, but to face her from a place of love. And I thought to myself, wow, I have attempted many times to do that, but for some reason, I keep finding myself feeling stuck and trapped whenever I engage with her. And there was times where I don't feel that at all. I feel that we can get along in a light-hearted way. And through these experiences of volatility in my engagements with my mother, most of the time, I just don't know what I'm going to get with her. And I'm constantly being reminded of feeling abandoned, where she doesn't want to listen to me. She doesn't want to hold space for me because she doesn't have the capacity to do that for herself. And I had a lot of expectations of how she needs to show up for me now that we're both adults. So with that in mind, I then found myself in Thailand and living fast paced by exploring Chiang Mai until I found myself collapsing into my sickness. And that is my emotional toxicity. I was flaring up with a sore throat, fevers, aches, exhaustion, runny nose, chesty cough. And it took me at least a month to recover from that. And what came through when I came to Adelaide after Thailand, and I was still sick, I was able to go inward through solitude. And from there, not only was I battling with my toxicity in my body, but also the emotional toxicity of anger that I've been carrying, so many layers of it, with my mother and my brother. And what showed up for me was, woof, this whole mountains of emotions just overwhelmed me. On top of that, my cycle, just bringing all of these sensitivities up to the surface for me to purge emotionally, psychologically, energetically, and physically. And I found myself so much hatred that I haven't tapped into with my mother that I needed to process and let go. Feeling emotionally neglected, not feeling like number one, feeling like I'm a slave to her, feeling that I'm someone that she can just mess around with. And then what showed up for my brother was feeling neglected and abandoned by him, that he treats me like an acquaintance, but not as a brother and sister, even though he says that, but it doesn't come across that way. And so when I was able to process this and express this and give myself permission to really say what I really wanted to say to them, it allowed me to clear the air with both of them. Now, this didn't happen overnight. This kept showing up almost every single night for a few nights, if not 1 week straight. It was quite an intense way for me to face the music. And this could only have happened when I finally collapsed back into my country that I was born and raised, where I was finally by myself and not constantly keeping myself busy. And that would have happened through the sickness to force me to go inward and look at pieces of me that needs love, light, and healing. And it just helped me up to open up my eyes what it was that I was running away from. And through that experience, I was able to finally see where that healer in London was coming from. And funny enough, he has the same name as my father. And definitely older than me as well. He's definitely a wise soul. And I'm really grateful for that feedback with my blind spot that I wasn't able to see at that point in time, that I am now able to see it because I was finally ready to face the music. And if you struggle to connect with your emotions and you find different coping mechanisms to disassociate from your pain by numbing yourself out through work, through busyness, through distractions, through avoidance, not having that conversation with someone, through explosiveness, then you might want to come and pay attention to that and hold the highest intention for your healing journey when it comes to these different versions of you that are expressing these different coping mechanisms that you may not have awareness of, and that it can also be a big blind spot for you. So when you are ready to look inside of yourself, then you are ready to take your healing to the next level and start transforming those relationships that were once traumatizing for you. And now I can understand how I can bring love into my relationships where I need to purge out that pain that I've been carrying for such a long time that I didn't have awareness around until I finally collapsed to see where that guidance was coming from my healer in London. So if you got something out of this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't done so I can help as many people as I can through my messages that could serve them as well, and that they're not alone in this. If you got something out of this, you can also give this video a like, comment below, and share it with your loved ones as well. If you're ready to dive deeper with me, I am running my final full moon ancestral trauma clearing circle this year, and this involves astrological updates, clearing karmic ties with your ancestors, including your parents, burning some soul contracts, light language transmissions, sacred shares, and also a personalized message in moving forward with your family and your ancestors. As of 2025, my online ceremonies will go through a revamp, and it will be a bit more different to what I normally do things. And also, me and my beautiful partner Rob are running our connection circle for conscious men in Tokyo, Japan, and we only have a couple of spots left. This focuses on healing the wounded masculine and feminine within yourself through creative play, communication, as well as Reiki healing from Rob. It's quite rare to receive Reiki from a man, and his guided meditation that is so grounding and centered, connecting with your inner child, and my light language transmissions and sound therapy, especially with the tuning forks, to clear up any blockages in your auric field and consciousness, and connecting with like-minded people on a Saturday night. So if you are up for this, please click on the link below to book your spot. And I am also running my Transforming Trauma and Conscious Relationship workshops in Adelaide and London and Tokyo, and I will be launching Healing Your Inner Child workshop as well, which is going to provide healing from a different perspective, bringing more light, creativity, play, and this will help you to experience more coherence rather than polarity within yourself as we start thoroughly bringing light and love and healing to the fragment versions of your inner children that is longing to be seen, witnessed, and held with love. I am also opening this up for teenagers as well. So you can click on the links below if you would like to learn more about my workshops or to attend. And also please send me an email, jessxgo@lifeandconfidence.com, if you are not on my email list, so I can send you the details of my new workshop, Healing Your Inner Child. And all of these details you can find in the video description. So there you have it, my love. May you see and experience kindness, love, softness, compassion, and acceptance for all of your emotions. They are here to serve us and in our healing journey, even the fugly ones, because you wouldn't be the person that you would be or become if it wasn't for these emotions. May you be the light that's in your heart.